Hello, everybody. My name is Tom Quinlan, and today I'm talking to Carmel, one of our clients. And Carmel has a live-in care from ALHomecare. Hello, Carmel.
Hello, Tom. How are you keeping?
Great. And yourself, Carmel?
Good, good.
Super. So thank you very much, Carmel, for taking the time to talk to me today. Carmel, what were the circumstances that led you to contact ALHomecare in the first place?
A pleasure, Tom. And I suppose from our family situation, we had two parents whose health was slowly but steadily kind of declining there over a number of years. I personally had taken off several years from work to kind of take care of them. And then really their needs were greater than I was able to provide in terms of support. So probably about 3 years ago now, and we're in our third year with yourselves, we contacted the office. I'd had a recommendation from somebody else that was very pleased with the service that you provided. And it was around looking after the day-to-day needs of both parents, mom and dad. Mobility was becoming increasingly an issue. Dementia was entering the equation as well, just forgetting to do things, etc. And just not having the energy of being able to manage the day-to-day routine, we'll say, at home. So we got in touch with your office on the recommendation of a person I worked with who had a very positive experience similarly with her own family member. And we've never looked back, in truth.
Great. That's great, Carmel. I'm delighted. And Carmel, what benefits has a live-in care brought to your family and to your elderly relatives?
So we've had two carers living in for about 2 years. Unfortunately, my poor father passed away there earlier last year, so we just have mother at home, and we have one carer now. The benefits are just quite extraordinary. I can't hardly put them into words. Having been a person myself who was at home trying to manage the care, and my brothers and sisters are excellent, and we're all trying to row in, and everyone was doing their best, but there's no comparison. So the ease of mind, knowing that my mother and my father, my late father, God rest him, had somebody there full time, living in the house, was just really it made everything work for us as a family, that their needs were looked after. They were very, very fond, and we've had three different kind of sets of carers. The current person we have now is with us over a year again, and they're like family members. So they do everything. They look after. My mother's health now has moved into another phase. But when I had both, they helped with toileting, they helped with dressing, they helped with the beautiful meals. And one of the most important things was just their compassion, their humanity. So they were lovely to my parents. And even though the dementia was kind of moving in there, particularly for my father, they were very professional, very caring, very loving, very understanding in terms of how they responded, super trained. Their training was evident in terms of all aspects, from diet. They knew what was needed. My mother's care now is moving into another phase, and the diet, we're moving on to moist diets. And again, the carers are so professional and so well trained, they're able to interact very well with the outside professionals who come in, and they will communicate with them. They understand now what the different dietary requirements are needed. They understand about using equipment, which is phenomenal, using a hoist, using oxygen, using various toilet kind of support mechanisms, showering, all of that. So the difference really has allowed my parents to have a dignified life at home, and very much a comfortable space. So even last night I telephoned, and mother was singing along. I could hear them in the background to Daniel O'Donnell on TG Cahir. So her normal routine continues, and she stays up late, which she always did. And the carers are phenomenal. They will fit in with her routine. So nothing has changed for my mother. I think sometimes she thinks that the carer we have at the moment is a kind of a daughter or a family member in a loving way, in a friendly way. She knows she's a carer, of course, but she relies on her very, very much, and the sense of humour and the support that she have is extraordinary.
That's lovely, Carmel. Really great to hear that. And Carmel, what advice would you have for a family that might be struggling right now with the care needs of an elderly relative?
I mean, genuinely, Tom, it's a huge concern. And I know people my own age, because we're talking about it in my own job where I work, and a lot of my friends, where we're coming to that stage of our life, and people are trying to balance their own career, their own work, a lot of demands in their life. But I would actually genuinely say, do what I did, which was I picked up the telephone. There was a lovely person. It wasn't yourself, Tom. It was a lovely person who answered the phone. And Maria, I think was the lady's name. And she was phenomenal. She had just the voice of experience and was very, very well informed. Something I find very helpful is the paperwork. They were able to send me immediately samples of what the timetable could look like, samples of testimonials from other families who you can contact, which was amazing. I've rang over the 3 years I've been with you. I've rang each time. I've rang people to get a real voice and real reference from other people who'd worked with a carer, and that made an awful lot of difference. So I would absolutely encourage people just to go and find out, because there's a lot of support there in terms of the financials of this. It's a very affordable model. Apart from ALHomecare being in the title, genuinely, we found it, even with two parents, to be really something we were able to do financially. It worked because there's tax relief and all of that there, lots of support. So go ahead, call. I don't know what the number is off the top of my head, but do get in touch, and you'll find genuinely a lot of support there.
Great. Thank you, Carmel. Well, just so everybody knows, the number to call is 087 744 0729. That's 087 744 0729. So, Carmel, you've been great to take time out of your very busy day to talk to me today. And I'm sure a lot of families will really appreciate listening to your story, and it will give them confidence and reassurance to pick up the phone and give ALHomecare a ring.
Brilliant. No, I'm delighted. And it's very genuine, Tom, on my part, because we wouldn't have managed. We actually would not have been able to manage. So we've got, we had two very happy parents. We still have one very happy parent at home, and all the family as well are very much united behind the service. And they were very supportive of me taking the call today. So thank you very much to you and to all your team.
Thank you too, Carmel. A pleasure. Take care. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.